Hi, while most of the cricket loving people are busy talking about IPL and playoffs, something despicable, disgraceful, and shameful has happened in one of the most iconic cricketing centers in Asia, that is the Shere Bangla Cricket Stadium in Mirpur in Bangladesh yesterday. During the second day of the second unofficial test match between Bangladesh and South African emerging players, real physical violence and scuffle broke out. Yes, you have heard me right. In a gentleman's game like cricket, physical violence and scuffle broke out in front of spectators in the stadium and millions of TV viewing public. It happened when Ripon Mandal, the batter from Bangladesh, hit Shepo Tuli, the South African bowler, for a six, and when he reached the non-striker's end, he gave a glance to Shepo. Whether he said something or not is still not clear, but it rattled Shepo so much that he came barging in towards Ripon, and he had a scuffle with him, and then he tried to physically shove off the helmet from his head by his hand. It looked ugly and intimidating, and that's why the umpires came rushing in trying to separate the players. But surprisingly, none of the players from either team tried to do anything to broker a peace or cool down the two warring players. And it included Mehdi Hassan, the international cricket star from Bangladesh, who was on the non-striker's end when Ripon was batting. However, the umpires managed to convince the two players to have peace, and then match resumed. But after a few deliveries, when Shepo was bowling and Ripon played a defensive shot, Shepo collected the ball and threw at Ripon's body with full might in a very intimidating manner. Luckily, Ripon ricocheted the ball with his bat and escaped serious injury. But let's not forget, this is not the first time that finally such ugly incident happened. It was actually simmering for a long time, because in the second one-day match at Rajshahi barely a week back, there was a verbal altercation between Zishan Alam of Bangladesh and Alnil Simeline of South Africa, which resulted in both getting one match ban and could not play the third one day. It looked that the lesson would have been learned by that punitive action, but clearly no lesson was learned by the two teams, who were hell-bent on taking their fight to the next level during the test match, and it resulted in that ugly physical violence yesterday. So far no action has been taken, because the action can only be taken after the official match report comes from the match officials, and which will be coming after the completion of the match. One hopes that when the report comes, it will be scathing about the two players or all the players who are involved, and some exemplary action is taken to set a benchmark, and some example is set, and the message should be given that physical violence, abuse and altercation and scuffle have no place in a gentleman game like cricket. Cricket is a gentleman's game. It deserves much better conduct and much better players. Hopefully some lesson would be learned by some real action taken. Thank you.